Hi, Yesenia. I wanted to leave you some feedback on Essay 1. Um, Overall, I think that you have a good position on Williams. I think you're tapping in to what he as a writer wants you to, and I think that I think that you understand what he's trying to say in this text. So good work there, and I appreciate it. In addition, it really kind of feels like you've put this into the 21st century context, with phrasing like this. That really perhaps one of the unspoken issues in this story is the lack of the lack of awareness on the doctor's part for cultural relativism. So that's a good critique, I think, to have in this essay, because, like I said, I think it aligns with Williams's argument, but it also kind of puts the story in the 21st century, which I mean, there's got to be a reason why I'm giving this text to you guys to read now. I think that there's things that we can gain from it. Let's talk about a couple of things here and there that will make this stronger. I think overall your summary is good. I think you're bringing in good summary points. When you bring in the title, there's no need to italicize short stories. You just put them in quotation marks, so you don't need to do both. I get what you are wanting to argue in your thesis statement, but it's pretty lengthy. So your initial claim is clear. The doctor's action was not justified. But the other part of it is so lengthy that it's kind of difficult to follow the idea with ease. So I think that in this case, you might want to try to break this into more than one sentence, or I mean, you really have more than one choice here. So you could break it into smaller sentences, or really try to narrow the reason for the claim into one specific phrase. I want to caution you on using this announcement style language, right? So here I think you meant one key idea that supports my claim. You left out idea though. I want to caution you on using this kind of announcement style language, because I know that like you're taught to write like this in high school, in like the 5-paragraph essays. But this is not a 5-paragraph essay, and doing this announcement kind of language, let me say it this way: avoiding this announcement kind of language brings another level of sophistication to your writing, which is what your professors are going to want to be looking for. Let me show you something. So if I take this away and just start with the idea here. When the doctor arrives, the little girl is afraid of what he might find and isn't cooperating with him well. This sentence works just fine on its own without all that announcement style language, and really it works better without it. So if you can avoid using this, right, I think it will make your writing stronger. So that's not to say that you don't plot out, okay, what's going to be my first point, what's going to be my second point, then what I'm going to say. You absolutely want to do that in your planning, but you don't want to necessarily have it end up in your writing. Same thing here. Be certain to, with your direct quotations, you don't need to italicize them. You do, however, need to cite them and put them in direct quotations, but there's no need to italicize them. Sorry, I'm scrolling down through the rest of what I want to talk about it. So I like this final point that you want to make here. However, it does kind of come out of nowhere. So I think if you made this into a new paragraph and kind of expanded on this idea, it would do one of two things. It would help the reader not feel like, wow, that came out of nowhere. Does that make sense? I mean, I know why you're saying it, right? I suggested that you guys include this, but it being attached to this paragraph and then you not really doing much with it, just presenting it and walking away from it, the idea kind of falls flat. So I think that if you expanded on this, it could do one of two things. It could clarify the idea, help with unity in this paragraph, and it could also allow you the opportunity to expand and get that full 3 pages. In terms of your title here, make sure that you center it, and there's no need to include the colon, right? So MLA is a really plain style, so really it should look like this. All right, it's just some things here and there to keep in mind. And overall, I like what you're working with, and if you want to revise, that's my feedback to you. And I think if you did, I think you could easily bring this grade up. All right, thanks.